The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I popped into my neighbour's apartment the other day for a quick visit because they were moving a lot of stuff around. And I went, hey, what's going on in there? And walked in and had a chat. They don't want me to say their names on the radio, so I'll
Is
call
it Michael
them.
and Kylie?
So I'll call them, say, Joe and Shane, which are their names.
But you're going to call Joe Shane and Shane Joe just to mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
So Joe is lovely. She's a nurse and she's been dating Shane for a fair while. And anyway, they're just a great couple. And when I walked in there, I noticed that Joe had a bandage on her ankle, and that was hard because she's going up and down the stairs moving stuff into her car. And then she goes, oh, my ankle. And then Shane goes, Nathan, don't ask her any questions. Joe, shut up and don't speak to him because he'll say it on the radio. And I went, yeah.
Duh.
So Joe
She
said,
told you,
please
didn't she?
change my name. And I went, no worries, Joe.
So he's added an E, Joe. It's got an E on the end.
Yeah, this is Joe. Yeah, this is a different name completely. So it was probably 4 a.m. that morning, or the morning before, and they're right in the thick of moving stuff. And so Jo was up and she went and sat on the toilet and did what she needed to do. But while she was there, she does a thing that I don't partake in, and that is I don't take my phone on the toilet. I don't scroll through stuff.
No,
she was deep into like neck deep into
the toilet
Instagram.
is you get on, you get off. But she was.
On Friday when we left here, I was in our toilets, Nathan. There was a guy at the urinal, a tradie. He was on the phone talking
on the
whilst
phone.
he's having a wee.
While in midstream.
Yes.
I don't want to hear things coming out of your body when I'm discussing things with you on the phone.
It's a good policy.
Or going in.
On the other side, it's highly
Also
skilled.
good policy.
Yeah.
Guys can do two things at once.
They can, Sean. They can.
Can't they?
Anyway, so Joe's been on there for a fair while, and then she went to stand up. I did not ask her the most important question of whether her pants were up or down. Let's just say they were down. And she went to stand up, and she was been leaning on one of her legs a little bit too much and didn't realise that her foot had gone numb. So when she went to stand up, she hit the deck and hit everything on the way down. She was covered in bruises. And Shane thought she had died. So he jumps up and goes, expecting to find a dead body in
like
there.
Like Elvis on the toilet.
Yeah. And instead she's in mid-like with Instagram,
that's it.
with possibly her ass hanging out. But
So her foot went numb. And
her foot went numb,
She
and
couldn't
that's
feel it
the
and tripped over.
thing about numbness. When a part of your body is numb, it doesn't it should work because you're just standing down. But for some reason, because you can't feel it, you can't judge where your weight's going, and it can be a real problem. And Sean, have you dealt with numbness? Because you would have.
I wake up every day with numbness.
I mean, I know that every day we call you numbnuts.
Oh, they're not numb.
Natalie, have you had a...
Yeah, I can remember years ago when I was a student, I'd not long moved into this house, so it's still things are a bit you're not completely familiar with the surroundings. And I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, there's something in my bed.
Oh my gosh.
And I picked it up and I threw it out, and then threw it out of the bed, off the side of the bed. And then maybe 10 seconds later, I'm like, oh my God, it's back in there again.
I got snake.
Oh, gross.
It was my arm. So my arm had gone so numb that I was picking it up with the other hand and throwing it off the side of the bed, and then it was coming back and freaking me out all over again.
I often have to get my hand and pick up my numb hand and just shake it in the morning to get it going because it's just like that rubber numb hand. Okay, that's my story.
What did you say?
Rubber numb hand.
Numb hand.
Rubber. It's like
rubber.
Oh.
Not rub it. He means like rubberish.
Well, you can, but no, I wasn't
like
talking
rubbery.
13, 24, 10.
Floppy. It's another good word.
Flaccid.
Pricey.
Flaccid.
You're flaccid, numb,
Floppy.
blank. We would like to know about numbness and how it has affected you, especially if you hit the deck. Because your limbs don't work or whatever's numb.
That's right.
Numb bums, numb everything. We want to talk about numbness and how that has been a problem for you.
Wombat. Hello.
Hey, Wombat.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Wombat.
Hey,
You know
Wombat.
what? Without even knowing what your story is, I already know it's going to be quality because your name's Wombat.
Yes.
Go.
What happened?
So basically, sitting on an aeroplane, I've got a pair of long femurs where I don't fit on any aeroplane. I normally got to jam my feet under the seats in front of me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, of course, halfway through a flight back from Port Hedland, the old foot's gone to sleep. Try to get up when the plane's landed. Didn't realise I pulled my foot out, and then I got a massive cramp in the same leg thigh.
Yes.
Oh.
Where I got stuck. And now when you're in the aisle, when you're in the aisle seat, you can't stand up. So the two individuals next to you are looking at you funny going, what the hell's wrong with you, mate? And I couldn't get out.
Your leg was cramping, your foot was numb.
Yep. So I'm there massaging my thigh, trying to stand up, looking all awkward.
Yes. Are you still there,
yeah,
Wombat?
This is his 12th time around the world.
I'm not on that plane anymore.
Hey, Wombat, how tall are you?
6'3".
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it?
Right. And how does one come into the name Wombat?
23 years ago, just my personality, I guess.
That describes it.
Well, no more
questions.
What are the personality traits of a wombat?
Well,
Bit of a weirdo.
Cute and cuddly, Wombat.
Big ass.
Yeah,
I thought it was-
and it's also got to do
Yeah.
my last name sort of rhymes with Wombat. It's easier to say Wombat than
Okay.
okay. So I went to uni with a guy whose nickname was Wombat, and I was under the impression that anybody called Wombat was because they eat shoots and leaves.
What do you mean?
She missed out a word
I'll
there.
figure it out.
Oh, Natalie. You naughty lady.
Let's talk about the dietary habits of Wombat, Nathan.
Thanks, Wombat.
Let's go to Chris in Mount Rishon. Hi, Chris.
G'day.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Did you have a run-in with some numbness?
I had a terrifying numbness experience. So I was in bed and I had woken up and I thought there was a massive spider on my face.
Yes.
And because I had my fingers stretched out over my face. So,
Like a tarantula.
yeah, like a tarantula. It was late at night. I didn't know what to think, and I was scared. And I'm thinking to myself, I either freak out now or I have to be tactical. So in my other hand, I got underneath this spider.
Yes.
And I bolted it to the
You
other
flicked
side of the
it.
bed.
Boom. Yes.
Yes.
Which landed on my wife, but as it was flying in midair, I screamed, spider!
Yes.
Landed on her, she freaked out, and then we both screaming and then I realised it was connected to my body.
So your hand
Chris.
smashed her in the face or something, or onto a body, Chris?
Before he yelled at spider.
One.
Waking up and there's a thing on your face and it's
like
without
a
realising it's your hand.
Chris, I don't know whether you want to invite us or not, but we were all in your bedroom
We were
just
all
then.
in bed together and just as scared as you.
Oh, my God. We got a message on Instagram from Andrea, who says many years ago had to have wisdom teeth. 3 of them removed at the Perth Dental Hospital. Hideous and traumatic in the chair. Stopped to use the toilet before getting the bus home. Looked in the mirror as I washed my hands and I had blood dripping out of my mouth, running down my chin and neck. Couldn't feel it. I rode the bus home holding a wad of toilet paper in my mouth.
Andrea. That's grim.
Just sucking on
Imagine
a roll
having
of cottonelle.
That extreme, and you have to catch the bus home.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah. You're supposed to have someone pick you up after those situations, except for your Sean, because your family won't.
Thank you.
Elle's in Wanneroo. Hi, Elle.
Hello.
Hey, Elle.
Okay, talk to us about numbness. What happened?
So I was having my baby, and so I had the epidural. Everything went great, but my left leg was pretty much dead. And they kept saying to me, do not stand up, wait for us. And I was like, okay, that's fine. An hour later, I scratched the top of my thigh, and I was like, yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
I'm all good.
So I got to the side of the bed and stood up, and I went down like a stack of probably something I cannot say on the radio.
Potatoes, yeah.
And down I went. And my husband's holding my brand new baby like, what the flip?
Yeah.
He's like, they said don't get up.
So did you go face first, or did you just kind of crumple into a
honestly,
heap on the ground?
It was just a crumpled heap on the ground.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of blankets that just sprawled across the floor. I'm a hot mess, just given birth a couple hours ago. And I'm thinking, yeah, I can do this.
Elle, great description.
And down I went.
Great description.
Epidural, that must be...
Yeah.
When you have an epidural, what is that feeling? I know that everything's numb, but is that the strangest feeling?
It's pretty odd, yeah. It's a pretty odd feeling. But, like, I could still move my right leg, but my left leg was completely dead, and they were like, do not stand.
So just
it will come back, but just eventually. And I was like, okay.
So everything just wakes up on its own time, not together.
Yeah,
It's like,
it just takes its time. Usually it's like a couple of hours and people are up and stand and everything, but mine was, my left side was like gone.
Oh, epidural.
Learned that the hard way.
The hardest part is when
Thanks,
they put
Elle.
it into your back. When
It's
they put it
pretty
in your back.
extreme. It is
that's
full on.
That's where the pain happens.
Yeah. Rowan's in Bullsbrook. Hello, Rowan.
G'day, how are you?
Good, Rowan.
You're going to bring us home, Rowan. Talk to us about numbness.
I was sitting down watching my younger sister play in her country basketball finals, and it was getting to me near the last quarter, and I was sitting on the floor. My left leg was getting a bit numb, so I'm like, I'll just stand up and, make sure it's all good. And then as I stood up, I have fallen into the middle of the court while the game was playing.
While the game was on.
Face first straight into the court while the game was playing. My partner's pissing herself laughing. My dad's yelling at me, going, "Get off the court, the game's playing." And umpires are going, "What are you doing?" sort of thing. And it was a pretty embarrassing moment.
My legs.
What a great moment.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to get up off the floor, and I've got about
Just
3 people
dragging
trying to help me
yourself
up.
over the line.
Going, what is he doing?
Oh, Rowan.
that is, I can imagine every part.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That just brought us joy.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Wow, there is a whole lot of people right now that are feeling terrible about Kate.
I think, and I hope
her cancer information that she's shared with us in
Saturday
the video.
morning.
it's
Yeah.
amazing to see over in the UK. And I know this happens all the time, but they go for the royal family in a big way, right? They paint them into a corner. They put out all these stories and sources say this, sources say that. And then this comes out.
Yes.
I hope that they're just grovelling back to the
now they're
the
all like
royal
brave
fam-
Kate. So it's extraordinary
Yes.
the way they've pivoted.
Oh, my
to-
gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they should be offering apologies for the
strangely
way
enough,
they
they should.
hounded her.
Strange enough, we never spoke about this on air during this entire ordeal. It piqued my interest right at the start, coming from a graphic design background, just of the shoddy photoshopping. I just thought, why would you Photoshop a child's sleeve? That to me made no sense. That's sort of where my curiosity ended. I didn't really care the fact that she wasn't presenting herself in public.
Well, because she said she wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, we knew that she wasn't due back until after Easter.
And
And so
everyone
it's
was guessing.
not after Easter.
And everyone was guessing what she had. And there's people saying that she could have had a hysterectomy and this and that. So imagine everyone guessing what medical procedure that you've got going. So many people around the world were just like sticking it into her. Atomic Kitten singer, she's had to come out. Kerry Katona, she said that I have to hold my hands and regrets spreading conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Blake Lively was
Blake
one, though.
Lively.
Yes.
She's
apologised.
terrible.
Yes.
She's had to apologise. Just media commentators around the world have had to say sorry. And I just think for Kate, God, good on you, mate. Like, you know what? Like, really, I don't think that you needed to have put a post up about that Photoshop, because what you were going through was so revolting, but yet the pressure you had to feel to do that. God, you'd feel... I know that she's going through something big, but there must be some vindication in her.
Like, take
Yes,
that.
it's like, yes.
You're making
you were
stories
such
up.
an a-hole. Now
Yeah.
look how bad you must
But
feel.
even, Nathan, imagine 2 weeks ago when this frenzy was going on,
Yes.
and I was on Threads, and some of this, it was so cooked, the things that people were saying on there. And you just go, she must have been sitting there going, oh, if only you knew the truth. If only you knew the truth. It's because she knows what's going on, and she's seeing all this stuff that they're saying about her and her husband, and you just think that must have just been... I mean, I can understand why she would have wanted to come out and make it public, but she shouldn't have to, because it's a private matter.
Oh, my God. If I was her,
it's a private matter.
The only thing missing from her video where she was pouring her heart
it's
out about
double
her
finger
diet
signs.
was either a brown eye or dropping the mic and just
Drop the
moonwalking
mic.
off.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah. We want to talk about this situation, right? No one ever really knows what's happening behind closed doors with you. And sometimes people take the liberty to treat you a certain way.
Yeah, they spread rumours about you.
Yeah, and this could be at your workplace, this could be within the family. And then suddenly when they find out what's been happening, you just like... Eat it.
You've been an a-hole. So eat it.
I hope you feel like a real a-hole now.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know what was actually happening.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Next time you fly, it could be in first class.
Choose one of 3 first-class trips around the world with your best mate and $50,000 to spend.
Nova's first class and 50K.
Oh, yes, No's first class and 50K. You want to be a part of this because, of course, you pick the destination, you pick your mate, and you've got $50,000 to spend however you like.
Absolutely. Get on air with us or register via the Nova Player app. It's pretty easy to get your chance to get on air.
Yeah, I know, it's great. Paris, New York, London. Not bad. We've just been talking that entire time about sandwiches.
I had a great one in Florence.
Tell me more.
So, yeah, like the beautiful bread. So you picked your bread.
Yes.
It's a bit like this. You pick your bread, you pick your meat, you pick your cheese.
Okay.
You pick your destination and you get $50,000.
Wow,
No, that didn't happen.
Okay.
But then you get a couple of choices for the 2 extras. So I often had capsicum like that.
You would.
Yeah.
Why?
and
Yeah.
Olives and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're very
And was it-
Mediterranean.
so
when you're
that
in the
would be the
Mediterranean, aren't
best
you?
sandwich that's entered your mouth.
It was an incredible sandwich, and so good that I went back the next day.
I had an
It was
amazing
my last
one
meal in Florence.
in Amsterdam. There was like a lineup.
Yeah, but you're stoned as all get up, so you did anything.
Yeah, it was a 3-day old kebab. And there was a window, and all these people were lining up. And we're going, "What's happening there?" And then we were like just amazed because they had all these little like sort of half-size paninis that were opened up, and then they just had cheese in them already, and then they had like this big thing of hanging meat, which was a really expensive ham.
Yeah, Nathan, it's a Spanish thing, that ham that you're talking about, because a mate of mine go for it.
Yeah.
Well,
oh,
that's
Mark
the word, isn't
Hamon
it?
from
Yeah, that's the-
NCIS.
Yeah.
And they cut a bit of Mark Hamon off, and then they just put it in there. And I think it was like $5 or $6. And really, it was expensive for what it is.
Yes.
God, it was good. I think I know what today's question is.
Is it going to be about sandwiches,
I think it's
Nathan?
going to be about great sandwiches you've experienced, possibly from here
Around
or
the
around the world. Get your answers ready.
Karen, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Karen.
You're on air with us. You're in line.
Yeah, you're in the running
Straight
for
away.
Nova's first class for 50K, but we need to know what's the best sandwich you've ever eaten.
Oh, probably a club sandwich from the deli near my house.
Oh, okay. So you're in Byford. What's the deli called?
It's at the Four Seasons local one.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And so what elevates this sandwich to be so good?
Oh, probably the crusty roll.
Yeah. The
When
bread,
the
the bread's a
roll.
big
When the
part of it.
bread, if you can
The
really
bread's
tell
right.
when you can tell when they're doing their bread themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love a good bread.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right,
Karen.
thanks for the tip,
Thanks,
Kaz.
Karen.
Davina, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
All right,
Davina.
Davina, greatest sandwich you've ever eaten. Where was it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I reckon the best sandwich is like salt and vinegar crisps with like ham and cheese at my home where I make myself.
Oh, between a couple of bits of white bread, Davina?
And 4 bucket bombs, it sounds
Yeah.
like. People that put chips in stuff, I always think you must be massively stoned.
Salt and vinegar chips at that.
Yeah,
So-
I've never understood. So is it really? So I've never been a person that puts crisps
No,
in
me
a
neither.
sandwich, but that's amazing, is it, Davina? Really?
It is. Even prawn cocktail ones, like the British ones, they're the best.
Prawn cocktail,
Like
okay,
the
little
orangey prawn thing
prawns you
that
chuck in there.
No, it's
Yeah, I
a
don't even
British.
like
It's a
prawns.
British chip flavour.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
You're talking about prawn crackers. Yeah,
like
not
an
prawn
80s
crackers.
prawn cocktail sandwich.
Davina, you got a different taste. Good on you, mate.
Davina, thank you.
Davina.
Anthony's in Ellenbrook. Morning, Anthony.
Good morning.
Hey, Anthony.
Anthony, you know what we're going to ask you, so tell us about the best sandwich that you've ever had.
It was from the last Crumb Cake Co. in Bassendean. Mm-hmm. And it was like a continental, but it had eggplant. And I reckon I'd go as far as to say they turn a vegetarian.
Oh, my God, eggplant.
Oh, that's a big
call,
statement.
Anthony.
Really?
Yes. Was that
Really?
good?
No.
What made the eggplant good?
Oh, well, I'm not a big fan, but just the way it had been marinated and with that continental meat and that, it was just...
Oh, he needs a moment. He needs a moment, Anthony. And not many people get carried away with eggplant.
I know.
It must have been
but
amazing.
you really do.
I think we need to wrap this up because I can hear you reaching for a box of tissues.
Anthony needs some alone time. Thanks, Anthony. Tracy's in Singleton. Morning, Trace.
Good morning. How you going?
Hi, Trace.
We're opening up a real portal here, I tell
mate.
you. Okay, talk us through your favourite sandwich of all time.
Well, it's kind of strange, but we go on Year 6 camp with our students every year.
Yeah.
And it's we go down to Dunsborough. And we look forward, the menu is really, really bad. We've had the same menu for like 20 years. But what we look forward to the most is our sandwiches at lunchtime. So they have everything laid out for you. You go along, you get the freshest of bread from baked that morning.
Oh.
And then you get to choose there's usually 2 or 3 slices of meat to choose.
Of course.
You get your lettuce, your tomato, your cheese, your beetroot, your carrot.
Yeah.
And at the end, you got your mayonnaise. But it's just that after 20-odd years, that's the most thing we always look forward to the most, is just having it all done ready, I think.
So who is making these sandwiches? Is it a business or just the school's doing it?
Just the school, isn't it?
It's run by a company that runs the camp.
Yeah, right.
So
and they
go
make...
along,
Okay.
So they set out everything and you pick what you want.
MYO. There used to be one of them.
MYO.
That'll
Exactly
take you
what
back.
it is.
And remember, they used to just make your own, and then suddenly they realised they were going to go broke, so we went, now we need to weigh it. Because you have 10 kilos of meat in that.
That's exactly what happened.
Thanks,
Thanks, Tracy. Very descriptive, that one.
Hazel's in the Angie. Morning, Hazel.
Morning.
Hi, Hazel.
Let's wrap this up, Hazel. Talk to us about the greatest sandwich of all time.
All right, it's a bit controversial. It's not anywhere you can buy it. I make it myself.
Okay.
But rashers and marmalade on a toasted sandwich.
Did you say radishes? Rashers.
Yeah.
Radishes?
Yeah, like bacon.
Oh,
Bacon.
bacon
rashers.
rashers. Wait, they're bacon and marmalade.
Yeah, yeah. You can have honey too, but I prefer marmalade.
I mean, it's not
sweet and salty.
And it's not that far from the maple bacon.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so
Sweet and
it's in that
salty.
family.
In a toasty.
All right.
And on toasty, yeah.
Build it for us. Build it for us. So you bread?
Well, you gotta have your bread, but it has to be like on number 3 on the toaster, so not too brown, but not too lightly.
Yeah, I get that. That's a really good point.
Yeah, keep going.
Hazel,
All
yes.
right. Yeah.
Some proper real butter, not like this margarine spread.
Yes.
It has to be proper butter.
Yes.
And then a nice crispy rasher. Again, it can't be too burnt. It has to just be right. Put a couple of rashers on there. Nice big dollop of marmalade, but not the one with the tip. Has to be the one without the peel. You know, the one just like with no peel in it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So you can't actually see the bits of orange peel.
Yeah,
It's just like,
Oh,
Put that on there. Close it up. Oh, delicious.
would we be allowed to put some cheese on it? Would that throw it out?
No.
Nathan, how dare you?
I always think it takes you have to have cheese, and I totally get where you're coming from.
I can't believe Hazel's leaving the country now because of what I said.
I'm going back to Ireland. I can't believe it.
Surely, do you put some potato in there or something?
Hazel, that's a different one.
We always love potato. On the side.
Okay, I'm going to try that one.
Okay.
Try that one.
That is worth a try, I reckon.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, guys. That was so enjoyable.
It was
I just
a
really
journey.
love any day we talk about sandwiches.
And
Thank you.
you're all in the running for Nova's First Class and 50K, just like that.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.